Okay, let's start the video. And tonight is the Powerball Jackpot. And next Tuesday will be the Mega Million. So I'm going to do that Mega Million ahead of time since the jackpot is around 248 million. It jumped a little bit, not that much. And there's still a lot of money in that jackpot. So let's hope that they do not try to pull any tricks for next Tuesday jackpot. But if any tricks, we can certainly find out what kind of tricks they pull by looking at the red Dster. The Dster will tell us what numbers will be generated will by the lottery machine, what number will not come. So Dster also, so you can use either of the system. But last draw they threw in a 70 again. 70 was being thrown by the lottery machine. That 70 was kept coming. It won't stop. And I was trying to keep post video during the crisis, so please do stay tuned for the updates of any of these games as well as any other games. And before we get started, you can subscribe, donate, share, and like my video. Use the closed caption button. And always remember, nothing is guaranteed, but trust yourself. Email me for any game prediction, or if you want to learn my system, hyper_Dster@yahoo.com. So again, email me, and the random generator will generate a number according to the IDCQ system. And the breakdown. And look, the Dster is important. Each Dster is unique. So each month, each day, you use a different Dster. You may like to do it, or even each game, or every other day, or every other game. So you don't have to use a Dster. Let's say you use the Dster for Tuesday's draw. You can use the Dster, the same Dster used for Tuesday's Mega Million into Fridays, since you don't have time to do it. But don't want to use the same Dster too often. You're gonna change it to improve the odds of winning. Because if you don't change it, number get drawn, you gotta update the numbers that are drawn. And keep going into illustration part 16, 17, 18, which will be Dster triangle, and red Dster will try to incorporate into 17, 18, 19. We'll try to do that, or even go into 17 and 18. And shorten those two lottery illustrations. And for those of you who are not up to date, infinite Dster and the multiverse are similar in a way because they're infinite. They're infinite because they never end. You can have as much as you want. Keep doing it. It's never end. So the Dster can keep going and going because they're infinite. That's where the term infinite comes from. And Dster can be infinite in a way because you have Dster 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 100. Or even going to decimal 13.1, 13.2, 13.11, 13.111. Keep going, never ends. Now, let's talk about the last two episodes before we get to the Mega Million for tonight. Mega Million for next Tuesday. The last two episodes of Supergirl titles, The Missing Link and Mortal Kombat. So at least they released the name of those two episodes for the next 2 weeks. And Missing Link will be very interesting, even though it's not much of a viewer last Sunday, because last Sunday they congested the whole season into one episode. But they didn't have to do that because the whole episode into the Obsidian Virtual World, the previous episode, could have been shortened and continue and started with Lex's plan. So, but they didn't do that. They went into the whole season congested in one episode about Lex's plan last Sunday. So hopefully The Missing Link and Mortal Kombat is very interesting because so far a lot of shows have gone down in viewers. Now it looks like they have revealed to us most of Lex's plan, or if not all of Lex's plan, but they have not revealed to us all the people that were in Leviathan. So we only saw like five people in Leviathan, about five people in Leviathan, or part of Leviathan. But we know there's more, but what are the other people in Leviathan? And they'll have to try to reveal to us what are the other people in Leviathan, or if there's any more in the next 2 episodes. But we know that there are some people with the powers. Khan has powers, and the other people have powers also that was used in the past episode. And also, when facing them, could they be defeated? Because remember, they've been in the earth for quite long, very long. From the beginning of Earth. So are they really immortal? So, or does their way to stop those Leviathans? And what will happen to the end? Does Lena redeem herself, Supergirl? Will Leviathan somehow move to the next season? Certainly 2 episodes is not enough to defeat Leviathan, in my opinion. Having the title Immortal does tell us something, and are they really immortal? Or can they be defeated? So let's hope that the storyline will continue into next season, because otherwise it's hard to accept another foe into the storyline when during the end the storyline are so interesting. Having another foe in next season, we'll have to start a new storyline or plot. And when the plot already get interesting, you really don't want to start another plot into next season. Now, next, get to the Mega Man's last winning number. And as you can see, there were 5, 20, 22, 61, 70. The high end numbers 61, 70. Low end numbers 5. And maybe 2022 can count as the low end number. And they really has been streaking. People were going for 14. I don't know why people are going for 14. 14 got drawn 2 draws out of the last 3 draws, and then 4 got drawn. So the streak was the 4s for the Mega Ball. 4, 14, or 24. Will 14 come back? Will 4 streak again, or will they pull another 4 for 24? Who knows? But certainly people were aiming for the 14 as the Mega Ball. That's why nobody won a jackpot, because they were aiming for 14. Knowing that never in history, in the past, at least maybe 500 drawings or so, that they had 3 consecutive Mega Ball drawn 3 times. Never. Unless I'm wrong, so correct me if I'm wrong. And those of you who try to aim for that streak, 14, you almost had it, but it doesn't count if you don't get it correct. So for those of you aiming for 14, you have made the wrong choice, because 14 didn't streak 3 draws in a row. Now, if you look at the Dster, let's see what the winning combination are. Now, if you look at the winning combination 5, this will be used for next Tuesday's drawing. Let's see where 5 stands if we're to use this Dster for last drawing. So this Dster is used for next Tuesday drawing. The old Dster cannot be used. See where 5 stands. 5 stands in quadrant 2. And in the top of that thing, quadrant 2, 20 can be seen in quadrant 4. right over here. 22 quadrant, no, 20 is in quadrant 3, my bad, and 22 is in quadrant 4. 61 quadrant 4 also, and 70 quadrant 3 I mean. So basically the bottom quadrant hit 3 times, hit 4 times, and each quadrant hit 2 times except for quadrant 1, which didn't really hit. Even quadrant 2 hit the Mega Ball 04. So the box, blue box didn't need to be used.